runs red inside.
A very pleasant morning to you. It is now 6:30, and it's now time for us to join the newscast right here on this station. Thank you for waking up with us this morning, and stand by for the news coming away just about now, right here on this station. Welcome, welcome, welcome to wherever you're listening from. You are on YouTube, you are on Facebook, you are on the radio platform. We do appreciate your time, and we look forward to you continuing to log on to this station for definitely the programs that we broadcast right here. Stay tuned. The news is up next. Good morning. Welcome to our platforms, nrpmediaja.com, also Facebook and YouTube at NRP Media JA. It's Thursday, November 23, 2023. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Break of Day News. Here are the headlines. Pilot project for rural school bus system to be tested next year. St. Police to review ban on entertainment events at some venues to control crime. Exports grew in first 7 months of this year compared to 2022. Most ABMs are now able to dispense and accept the new polymer banknotes, and in sports, Ben Francis Cup playoff begins today. The news today comes to you courtesy of Sirutsu Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Sirutsu Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Suritsu Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your backyard, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages, airspeed, enhanced, or custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Lightning fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927 and be online within hours. Suritsu Communications, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities through technology.
And now the details of the news. The government says it will run a pilot project on a rural bus system, that should be a rural school bus system, in the first half of next year. Minister of Transport Darrell Vaz made the announcement on Wednesday, November 22, at a post-cabinet media briefing in Kingston. His comments came a day after the Finance Minister, Nigel Clark, announced that fares would go down in January and again in April on the government-owned Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC buses. Adults will pay $70 as of January 1, and children's fare will fall to $25, while pensioners will pay $30. The fares will go down further on April 1. There have been questions by people outside of the Kingston metropolitan region about what was being done for rural schools, that should be rural area school children in particular, and the elderly. In response to the lower fares for JUTC users, the opposition PNP again raised the issue of a rural school bus system. Some have noted that fares for school children can be as much as on $500 or $600 a day to and from school in the rural areas. In contrast, they point out that children in the corporate area and St. Catherine pay as little as $120 a day, even when they have to take two buses one way. Mr. Vaz has repeatedly stated that the government is committed to expanding the JUTC to rural routes, and said work was being done in the proposal and the pilot project would be run in the first quarter of the next financial year.
because we have to do a pilot to make sure that it's works seamless, top priority, but it has to be done right and it has to be done in collaboration with the existing bus taxi operators, private sector, and of course the government agencies and ministries.
That was Minister of Transport Daryl Vaz. The man said to be the mastermind behind the double murder of a couple outside of a school in Salt Springs, St. James, was shot and killed by police in St. Mary early yesterday morning. Dead is Ordain Barrett, also called Jungle. Police say intelligence led them to a house in St. Mary where Barrett engaged them in a gunfight about 3:45 in the morning. They say he was shot dead. A relative of the slain man said there was no gunfire and he was shot in cold blood. A man and his spouse were shot dead outside of the infant school on October 26. Barrett was said to be behind the shooting. Some police sources say he might have also been connected to the triple murder involving two schoolboys in Salt Spring this month. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of community Old Brighton and Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, November 22, and will go until 6 p.m. Friday, November 24. It is rare that a curfew is imposed on such a large area comprising distinct, separate communities. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within the boundaries are required to remain within their premises for 48 hours, unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Jamaica exports earned US $1.2 billion in the first 7 months of this year. That represents a 30.6% increase over the US $939 million, 939.1 million earned for the corresponding period in 2022. At the same time, Jamaica's spending on imports between January and July 2023 was US $4.3 billion. The cost of imports was therefore more than 3 times the earnings from exports. Imports increased only marginally in the 7 months of this year, up by 1.5%. According to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin, the increased exports this year were primarily spurred by higher outflows of crude materials, excluding fuels and mineral fuels. Statin also said domestic exports and re-exports increased. The top 5 destinations for Jamaica exports were the United States of America, USA, United Kingdom, UK, Puerto Rico, Russian Federation, and Latvia. You're listening to news on NRP Radio. The head of crime in St. Anne says areas in the parish where entertainment events have not been allowed for some time will be up for review shortly. Deputy Superintendent of Police DSP Linton Bailey said the police had to take action as an anti-crime measure by preventing entertainment events being held in news and communities. Murders and shooting are up in the parish, and the police have stopped allowing permits for events in some known hotspots and communities. He said the police understood the objection of some people and had been holding discussions about it. He said there could be a shortly.
And also, there's a topical issue where we have clean venues, and we can appreciate that. It would be indecent, it would be insensitive, that and it would be dereliction of duty on our part if we have murders committing left, right, and center, and we allow people to congregate where they are vulnerable for attack. We have discussion as a management team, and I can say those areas are up for review in very, very short order. We will be calling the stakeholders to a meeting to tell them of our position.
That was Deputy Superintendent of Police Linton Bailey, in charge of crime in St. Anne. DSP was speaking Wednesday afternoon at a stakeholders meeting in St. Anne's Bay. The meeting is part of the Police Week celebration. The JCF is observing 156 years of existence. Continuing the news now, the total number of polymer currency notes in circulation has reached over 70%, according to the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ. The notes made with polymer, different material than before, are expected to last longer. They were launched in June. The notes have several security features and also impressions important to visually impaired people. They have also included new denominations. Deputy Governor of Jamaica, Natalie, gave an update on the notes on Wednesday. She was speaking during the central bank's quarterly monetary policy press conference in Kingston. Kane said that nearly all automated banking machines can now dispense annexed the polymer notes. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news, sports, and the weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are, no boundaries, no limitations. This information package is brought to you by Ciritza Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Ciritza Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Ciritsu Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your backyard, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages: AirSpeed, Home, Advanced, or Custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Ready for lightning fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Be online within hours. Ciritz, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities. Technology.
And with that, let's welcome you now to our sporting information brought to you by Hepburn's Glass. They are located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston.
Hepburn's Glass Supplies is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 908-0962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass, quality service is our priority.
And now for our sports stories, we kick off definitely the Ben Francis football competition for rural area schoolboys. The teams kicks off Thursday with 4 matches, and that's today. Stets will go up against Cornwall College. Happy Grove High will do battle with Christian High, and Frome Technical will play BB Coke. In other match, McGraw High will play Manchester High, and definitely all matches commence at 3 o'clock. The semifinals in the Champions Cup among schoolboy footballs are now known. They are Clarendon College, Kingston College, Hardell, and Glenmuir High. The 4 going forward were decided out of Tuesday's quarterfinals. Kingston College beat Dintil Technical 3-2 during those matches. Hardell High put 4 past Garvey Masio, who replied with 2. And Glenmuir beat Mona High on a goal to nil. Clarendon College beat St. George's College 3-1. The quarterfinals, as you would have heard in the Ben Francis, happens on a day like this. Finally, Lionel Messi believes that there, quote unquote, could have been a tragedy, unquote, during the crowd trouble that delayed Argentina's World Cup qualifier against Brazil. When the match finally started, Argentina beat Brazil 1-0. Police charged at away fans following scuffles before kickoff in section of the Maracana Stadium. Argentina captain Messi and his players went over to try and calm the situation, but before returning to the dressing room, he said fans and family of players were in that section of the stadium. Well, that's kind of situation. That's sports on NRP Break of Day. Brought to you by Hepburn. It's that 13 Chisholm Avenue. Definitely, they are in Kingston. And let's hear from our sponsor one more time.
Hepburn's Glass Appliance is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 9080962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass, quality service is our priority.
We promise to bring you a good news story as often as we can. If you know of or are aware of any event or person whose good story we should highlight, please send this information to our email address at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com or call us at 876-336-9928. That's the local news and sport. Stand by now for the latest international news, courtesy of the Voice of America.
This is VOA News. I'm Tommy McNeil. Israeli military officials have shown international journalists a small living quarters found in a tunnel underneath Gaza's Shifa hospital. They say it was used by Hamas militants.
It goes hundreds of yards from here.
Israel's army has been excavating around the hospital complex and claims there's a Hamas command center under it.
Conducting command and control.
Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari.
Firing rockets from here, using this place as a terror hub and its tunnels to go out to the street, give directions, get back here. This is the system.
Journalists were taken into the tunnels,
This is the kitchen.
where Colonel Alad pointed out an apparent subterranean dormitory.
They can stay here for a long time. They have kitchen here. They have bathrooms here.
Hagari telling the AP,
The method that Hamas uses hospitals as human shield. Against international law, it's a war crime.
the Associated Press could not independently verify Hagari's claims. Hamas and hospital administration have denied them. I'm Ben Thomas.
The United States and Germany, the two top providers of military aid to Ukraine, pledged continued support this week.
After returning from a surprise visit to Kyiv earlier this week, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin held the 17th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group on Wednesday, praising the group's steadfast commitment to Ukraine as it resists Russia's invasion.
Our unity sends a clear message to Putin that he cannot outlast us or prevail in a contest of wills. And as Putin continues his tragic and unnecessary war, he has been forced to look for support from Iran and North Korea.
Germany's Defense Minister Boris Pistorius also visited Ukraine on Tuesday. Cindy Sain, VOA News.
And this is VOA News.
Thank you so much for listening there to the latest from the VOA, the international news there for you right here inside our NRP Break of Day newscast. Now, let's go over now and give you some information in terms of what's happening in the weather. The National Met Service is reporting that there is a significant feature of a high-pressure ridge across Jamaica. The high pressure ridge is expected to weaken over the weekend. In the 24-hour forecast this morning, partly cloudy over eastern parishes, mainly fair elsewhere. This afternoon and evening, partly cloudy. Tonight, also partly cloudy. In the 3-day forecast starting tomorrow, that's Friday through to Sunday. On Friday, it will be mainly fair in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon. On Saturday and Sunday, expect isolated morning showers across sections of eastern parishes and isolated afternoon showers across sections of western parishes. In the other current regional weather features, there's a cold front extending across the Yucatan Peninsula. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston and Montego Bay today. In Montego Bay, 29 degrees Celsius. In Kingston, 31 degrees Celsius. That is the latest weather and forecast in the Break of Day newscast right here on NRP Radio. And basically, that's it for our news this morning. Local news, sports, and the weather. Here we go. The headlines once again. Pilot project for rural school bus system to be tested next year. St. Anne Police to review ban on entertainment events at some venues to control crime. Exports grew in the first 7 months of this year compared to 2022. Most ABMs now are able to dispense and accept the new polymer banknotes. And in sports, Ben Francis Cup play begins on a day like this. The full package of news today came to you courtesy of Siritsu Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Siritsu Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Suritsu Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your yard, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages: AirSpeed, Home, Advanced, or Custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Ready for lightning fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927 and be online within hours. Siritsu Communications, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities through technology.
Here's your invitation to join us again this evening at 6:30 for the NRP Evening News Roundup with Luann Bramwell Shakes. Remember to invite your feedback to this newscast via WhatsApp at 876-336-9928 or on any of the platforms that you're listening. Give us your feedback. We also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NRP Media JA and click on the notification bell. The same applies to our Facebook pages at NRP Media JA and under the name LEAON, Leon Nash. Our radio platform at NRP Media JA is always operating. That's nrpmediaja.com, always operating 24/7, 365 days per year. For your listening pleasure, join this growing medium. Feel fulfilled and definitely informed. I am Leon Nash for NRP News, and we want to wish for you a good rest of your morning and ask that you stand by now for the program that's Let the Word Speak, coming up on the hour at 7 o'clock. Until then, keep listening.